Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Mobius 5-light pendant. This is the 131122. Let's get into details on it. Let's talk about the fixture body itself and the size of this. This is going to be 11.3 inches high. Diameter is coming in at 17.3. Overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling, is going to give you a range, and it's going to be divided up into two different ranges, and that pull down menu is going to show that to you. So the shortest it can be 33 inches to 130, which is pretty long. The other one's going to be 33 inches to 180, very long. If you need this to be longer than 180 inches, drop a quick email, tell us you're looking at the 131122, tell us what you need, like 240 inches or doesn't matter. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back with an answer. We do customs every day. It just adds a little time and money, and it's definitely free to ask, so don't be afraid of that. Let's talk about a few other things. Let's talk about the canopy up on the ceiling, and that canopy is coming in at 12.3 inches in diameter. It's about that thick. It's holding a transformer inside of that, and that's going to transform your line voltage in your home or your building into low voltage, so it safely goes through all those cables coming down. I want to show you a bit more information about the canopy, and how we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, it's going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put it together, which is very simple. But it's also going to show you details, drawings of the inside of that canopy. So take advantage of that if you guys can for me, okay? A couple of other things on that canopy. There's a pull-down menu that says choose your finish. So when you're choosing your finish on this fixture, that finish that you choose is going to be on a couple things. It's going to be on the little cups that are holding those shades down on the bottom. It's also going to be on the face plate of the canopy, and that's the round part, flat part that's facing down. So those are going to be where you're going to see your finish. The can part of the canopy that touches the ceiling, that's always going to be black, so it's a little detail you guys should know. The other thing is these cables are going to be going up into what are called grippers, and the grippers basically are always going to be kind of a shiny nickel, or a nickel plate. And when you put them up, they basically will go in and they won't come back down again. But if you do want to bring them back down again, you take your thumbnail, you press in, and it's called a strain relief, and you press into that, it unlocks it and allows you to kind of slowly bring those down. You can't do it during all the time after you've installed it. It doesn't work that way. It's during your installation, so you can get these to be exactly where you want them to be. Very, very important. Slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. If you're going to be doing this on a slope ceiling, drop me a quick phone call. I want to talk to you about it and kind of walk you through that stuff too. Shade. A lot of people aren't sure exactly what that shade is made out of. It's not glass. It is a composite fabric, just like this. And you can hear how stiff that is. Basically, it's a composite fabric that looks exactly like newly fallen snow. It's very pretty. It's opaque, so light will go through it, but you're not going to be able to see through it to look at the socket. And it's easy to clean. We just dust these with like an old T-shirt, and no liquid. Just dust them right off, and pretty simple. Let's move on and talk about what's going on inside of this. For lamping, you're going to be using LEDs only, no halogens in this, and this is going to be using G4 sockets. They're very small sockets. They have two little holes in them. They accept the two little prongs coming out of those light bulbs. So you're going to be using 5 pieces of 4-watt G4 bulbs. And a 4-watt LED basically is the light equivalent of a 40-watt halogen, so kind of keep that in mind. You have a lot of these bulbs. You got 5 of them. So that's going to throw out a ton of light, just something you should remember. You're going to want to put this on a dimmer. That's going to be pretty important. We'll talk about that in just a second. The easiest way to find these is basically to go online. So we go on to like 1001bulbs.com, justbulbs.com. Sometimes if I'm around a hardware store like an Ace or a True Value, I might pop in to see if they have them. But honestly, we usually buy them like on Amazon. And you just put into that search G4 4-watt LED. You're going to notice it's going to come back with a big list of things for you. And then you have to kind of pare it down from there. The color of the light coming out of it, very important. We talk about it in every video. 2700 Kelvin is going to be offered to you, and that's going to be like the color of a setting sun, super yellow. Way on the other side of that is going to be called daylight. Daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, but it's not. That's that bluish white light, like a hospital waiting room or an overcast day. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. So in the middle of all that is warm white, which we like to use in our showroom because it basically mimics the incandescent light I grew up with. This is a nice 3000 Kelvin warm white light bulb. LEDs above us. They're all over the place in here. So that's what we like to use here. This is a dimmable fixture, so it's important that you look for the word dimmable on any of those bulbs that you guys are looking at. And the other thing is talk to your installer about the fact that you're going to be using dimmable LEDs on this fixture so they know to use the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.